We're coming to you from Istanbul, which seems to have become the hub as far as all the aviation action is concerned, as you have IATA 2023, which is currently underway. One thing which seems to be impacting not just airlines, but also passengers is the number of cases that have gone up as far as unruly passengers are concerned. We've seen this in India with the very unfortunate P-gate cases and a number of cases after that as well. We just got a report that has come out, so we want to understand, one, what are the causes of these cases and what is the kind of pattern that we are seeing. Albert, thank you so much for taking our time and joining us here on CNN News 18. We've seen the report that you've put out. I want to understand, one, what is the kind of increase that you've seen as far as the cases and unruly passengers are concerned, and more importantly, why?
So we've seen increases in passengers not wanting to comply with instructions from the crew. Smoking has been a massive, and particularly vapes and e-cigarettes, because they're new, and I think people probably think that they're not a problem, but of course they are. So that's been the number one rise in terms of problems for crew. And then also putting baggage away and stowage of baggage and hand baggage, taking it aboard an aircraft and then refusing to stow it or refusing to let go of it. That's really been number two. And then the third one is intoxication. And of course I'm talking globally here, so I haven't got access to the Indian particular characteristics, but I would imagine they'd follow sort of similar characteristics.
It's interesting the timing of when we're seeing the increase in these cases. Are we interestingly seeing a rise in these cases post the pandemic?
Well, we are, and that sort of surprised us, because we knew that there were problems with the mask mandates, and a lot of passengers refused to follow crew's instruction to wear masks. And we did see a dip down as mask mandates were removed, but now we've picked up again, and we're not quite sure what's driving that. So it is a little bit strange that we're seeing these incidences being on the rise again.
As you said, you're speaking globally. We're seeing a similar pattern in India, whether it's verbal abuse, whether it's harassment, whether it's just not wanting to follow the rules. So in cases like these, what are the options, what are the guidelines that airlines can follow?
So for us, it's been a huge problem, because very often you do something on board an aircraft and the jurisdiction of the aircraft applies. When you disembark the passenger at your destination, the jurisdiction of that, it doesn't apply. So people just walk away, having really done pretty horrible things. So we have a Montreal Protocol 2014, and we're asking all governments to ratify that protocol. And in general terms, we're also asking governments to actually come up with specific spot fines and this kind of thing to be able to handle unruly passengers effectively, and to really make sure that people think twice before they sort of cause problems for crew and what have you.
Lastly, I also want to understand, what is the kind of penalization that needs to be done for passengers themselves? Should they be just given a warning, a let-off, or do you think it's time we put them on no-flying list so that the message is sent louder?
I don't think no-fly lists are very difficult to administer, so I don't think no-fly lists will really be effective. But fines, so spot fines and financial consequences, that's really the way to control this, so that people know that if they threaten the safety of an aircraft, for example, by their behaviour, they will receive substantial fines and maybe even prison sentences.
Lastly, I just want to understand, any specific regions where you're seeing these cases arise from?
No, I don't think so. I think it's been a sort of a general global characteristic. So I wouldn't highlight any particular region as being particularly higher than any other. It's a general trend, which we want to control.
Which is something unfortunately all of us want to control.